Hey Dungeoneers, Luke here and welcome to part 5 of Black Desert Rag to Riches. Now on this episode guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be a bit of a shorter episode. It's almost gonna be a little bit more of a gear update, but I'm gonna be showing you guys how to get different things, and we're gonna be talking a little bit about free gear. So I'm just gonna jump right on in and I'll show you guys what I'm at and what I'm looking for. Alright guys, so on screen right now you're going to see what I am currently wearing, and then on the left of the screen I'm going to put up what I am looking to be wearing. Unfortunately I haven't had time to grind out all the Abyssal pieces yet, so the gear on the left is going to be what I'm aiming for at the end of my little grinding session. But this is what we're looking at right now guys, and I know that looking at it, it looks like a huge jump from the last guide where we were at I think 98 over 68. But I'm going to tell you how we got each piece of gear, where you can get it from, and this is about where you're going to want to be to really start grinding. You know, grinding helms, grinding out your Abyssal pieces, maybe even moving on to Valencia mobs, which is over on the more eastern side of the map. So I'm going to tell you guys where to get these pieces from. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to get guys is this bad boy right here, the Roaring Magical Armor. It gives you 60 DP, 25 evasion, 35 damage reduction, and 20 accuracy, and is 100% free. This is probably one of the best pre-boss mode chest pieces you can get. It is about equal to a duo of any of the other types of armors like Grunel or Heave, but of course it comes with the added benefit of not being millions and millions of silver. And in order to get this guys, all you're going to have to do is complete your Black Spirit quest. You open up the quest tab with O, go over to main, unclick that real quick, and this quest right here, beginning of the journey, this is your Black Spirit main quest. And once you have completed the entire thing, at the very, very bottom here, there's going to be a quest called, come on, to the bottom. It's a little long, guys. It's called While Preparing for Medaya. And when you do complete preparing for Medaya, you're going to get a piece of armor called the Dim Magical Armor, which you would be able to take all the way over to Altanova, which is just over where I am almost right now, right over here, and you are able to upgrade it into this Roaring Magical Armor once you have reached certain levels. Now, if like me, you got to level 56 before doing the Black Spirit quest, you will be able to 100% get this. In fact, I recommend it because if you get 56 before doing the Black Spirit quest, the Black Spirit quest becomes very, very easy. So just do that, do your Awakening quest, and then come out and do the Black Spirit quest. For the Awakening, I didn't actually mention it in my last video, but honestly guys, it is pretty difficult, so don't be afraid to go into a more populated server, get in that server chat, and ask if anybody out there is willing to help you. Loads and loads of people help out with people doing new quests. It is sort of a thing that happens pretty often. You know, I'm sure plenty of people out there have had people help them, and they're just looking to pass on the favor. So if you need help with anything, especially the Awakening quest, go in server chat in a more populated server, ask for some help, and I guarantee people are going to help you. Now, if you can't actually get an answer, maybe even consider putting a comment in the comment section of this video, and people might even be willing to help you there, and just get that done first, because the Awakening quest is actually one of the harder quests in the game. But when you do it, they do give you free Awakening weapons. This is one I actually bought, but they do give you a free plus 10, and you can pretty much use that to help grind up. And even the plus 10 realistically is good enough to do the Black Spirit quest. So do that, Awaken, Black Spirit quest, get your Roaring Magical Armor. Alright guys, now the next thing you're going to want to be looking at is the Black Abyssal weapon. Once you have gotten your Roaring Magical Armor and completed the Black Spirit quest, this is going to be the next thing you're going for. Once again, completely free guys. As you can see at the bottom there, it is a reward for completing the suggested quest level 55 King of the Arena. If you were to open up your quest log with O again, and then head over to suggested quests, and go all the way down, there's one down here called level 55 King of the Arena. And if you complete this quest here at the very, very end, he will give you a box, which will open up a weapon for the class that you currently opened the box on. And it is around equal to a Uria weapon, approximately in that area. It's really, really good, and it's especially good for being free. It's got 2 crystal slots, 77 to 91 AP, 89 accuracy, just really a decent weapon all around. However, the best thing about this weapon is once per week, you are actually able to go to Altanova and turn it back into a box and then open it on another character and get another weapon. And you can do that as many times as you want. So once you have one of this sword or this weapon box, you can use it for every single character you ever level up on your account, as long as you take 1 week in between making them so that you have time to exchange it. And that also goes for any armor that you're using, guys. Don't forget, nothing in this game has a level requirement. Nothing has a gear requirement, anything like that. You could just take all of this gear and I could throw it on a level 1 Valkyrie if I really wanted to. Boom, throw it on there. It works. You get the full effects. So once you've gotten, you know, your Roaring and your Black Abyssal, you can move on to doing everything else that you've ever wanted. All right, guys, now thirdly, we are grinding for the Asula's Crimson Eye set. As you can see, I don't quite have my full set right now. I had a little bit of an issue with my account. I had to contact support and get it fixed, and it took a couple days, so I haven't had time to grind the entire set out for the video, but you are going to want to get this accessory set. It is an extremely valuable accessory set, and really you're not looking at, you know, a crazy amount of good accessories up until later on in the game anyway, so you might as well get one of the best sets in the game right out of the bat for free. Now I usually recommend you get this third, because once you get the Roaring Magical Armor and the Black Abyssal weapon, that's when it'll be pretty efficient for you to start grinding Medea mobs, which are what drop these. You can read it on there now. It didn't used to be on there, but now you can read it. You get the necklace down here from the Abandoned Iron Mine, the ring from Helm's Post, the earrings from Helm's Post, and the belt from Elric's Shrine. So if you open up your map, here's the Helm's Post. You can get two different pieces there, the rings and the earrings, and you need 2 of each. So grind out there first if you really can, and then head on over to Elric's Shrine. Elric's Shrine, you can do that there. And then the Abandoned Iron Mine is a little bit farther south down here. Now, if you are under-geared and you are having issues, start with the Iron Mine first, because it's the easiest of the 3 of them. Do the Iron Mine first, and then head up, and then do Helms, and then do Elric's. Elric's last because it's the hardest one. I mean, if you're completely over-geared, like, you know, you transferred some money from your main character and you have, like, a tri-weapon or something like that, I mean, just do them in any order that you really want, but you're going to want to get this whole set. And this set here, guys, I'm not lying to you. This set gives some crazy good bonuses. It gives, with a 5-piece anyway, 25 HP, another 300 HP, 20 accuracy, and they all give relatively high stats. Like the Crimson Eye necklace gives 11 AP and 3 DP. That is exceptionally good. I think somebody did some math, and the full set combined, if you were to try and get the same stats by just buying regular accessories off the marketplace, you're looking at hundreds of millions of silver, guys. Like, this set is so good in terms of stats, you're going to want to get it. So like I said, get your Roaring Magical Armor. That should be strong enough that with the plus 10 might be able to help you do the quest in order to get the Black Abyssal Longsword. Once you have the Abyssal Longsword, use that and the Roaring to start grinding out your Asula's Crimson Eye earrings and stuff like that. Now, if you are not able to afford 3 pieces of plus 15 green, don't go for yellow yet, just get the plus 15 greens. If you are only able to afford maybe 2 pieces, you can get these. These are called the Kaya gloves. Now, the Kaya gloves, guys, they're not just gloves, it's a full set of equipment. There's Kaya helmet, chest piece, everything like that. You can rent these for 50 contribution points from Dobart, way over here in Calpheon. He's way over here. He's sort of up in this corner here. You can rent from him a piece of Kaya equipment. Now, you won't have enough contribution points in order to rent more than one of these, most likely, especially if this is your first account. However, completing the Black Spirit quest, that's the only thing I've really done, and I was around 60 contribution. So let's say you can only afford, you know, maybe some plus 15 gloves, a plus 15 helmet, and then you can't even afford the shoes, like you're completely out. Don't be afraid to just pick up these Kayas, because these are actually decent. They offer decent DP, decent evasion, and they have 2 crystal slots. Like, they are good. And once you're done with them and you've been able to afford your new gear, you can return them and get all your contribution points back. You can even get a Kaya weapon if you really want. But I mean, the Black Abyssal Longsword is not extremely hard to get. It only takes maybe an hour or 2. And realistically, I mean, it's permanent and it's good for every character. So you might as well get this. But let's say you're having issues doing the quest to get the longsword. you know, go and get your Kaya weapon and use the Kaya weapon in order to get the Black Abyssal, which isn't necessarily a horrible idea either. And then just try and get plus 15, guys. You don't need to go crazy and try and get Pry and Duo and stuff like that yet. Like, for a really good beginner set, like I said, it's in the left there. I'm also going to put a link in the description so you can click it and take a look through. But I like 3 pieces of plus 15 Grunel or Heave, up to you, depending on what you want. A Roaring Magical Armor, Black Abyssal, and then Asula's pieces, and you're set, guys. Like, you are set to be able to really start grinding for money. I mean, you won't be able to grind super high-end stuff, but you'll at least be able to grind Medea. You might even be able to go with a couple of your friends over to Sawzins, do some Sawzins, and actually get some real money going. And honestly, guys, like, plus 15, if you were just getting the plain green, you're looking at about 15 mil, 15 mil, and 15 mil. Like, that is not too crazy to get, especially since you only technically need 2 pieces to really get going, because you can supplement the missing piece with the Kaya equipment. 30 mil doesn't really take that long to get. I mean, especially if you're selling your attendance rewards, it's not really recommended. I'm sure you've seen in some of the comments. Don't, unless you have to, try not to sell these guys. They are a little harder to come across later on in the game. I know I told you guys to sell them at the beginning, and I still stand by that, because when you're a brand new player, you're not going to need these for a while, but that 1.6 million is a nice little injection into your account to get you going. But once you hit about where I am now, you know, level 56, got yourself some gear like this, I would recommend you stop selling your sharps and hards. I mean, maybe like a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, if you're 1 mil off of the plus 15 shoes and you have, you know, 3 or 4 of these, sell 1 and get it, you know, do what you can there. But after that, guys, once you have this gear that I have here, you are just about ready to really start your grind. And like I said, it's only about 30 mil worth of gear, and then your awakening weapon. You will have a plus 10 that you got for free. Try and upgrade that as soon as possible, though, guys. Like, before even anything else, upgrade your weapons first. Try and get a plus 15 offhand, the Black Abyssal main hand, and then try and get the best, you know, awakening weapon you can. But I'll be honest with you guys, I have not even started grinding for money yet. I've done no AFK fishing. I've done no grinding. All I've done is do the quests and make this video series, and in that time, I have earned enough to make all these things. I haven't done anything off camera. I've never gone out grinding for a couple hours and sold my drops. I didn't do anything like that. This is just stuff that I've earned from doing quests and selling attendance rewards. So this is really not that hard to get, guys. Like, I know that, you know, some people out there are not going to have it, and they're going to be like, oh, this looks really difficult. But honestly, guys, just for playing the game, they will reward you with this type of stuff. So try and get to this, guys. Sorry the video was kind of short. I'm still trying to get, you know, some more stuff figured out. But this is about where you should be looking at. This is episode 5. So, you know, we're getting pretty far into it now. And this is about where the treadmill really begins. This is where you stop being on a gear rocket and you start getting on a gear treadmill, where you start making small increments and small advantages here and here and here, and you slowly power creep your way up to being able to get better armor and better gear and stuff like that slowly. All right, guys, so that was pretty much the only thing I wanted to talk to you about. Just give you guys a quick little gear update and show you how you can really get going for very minimal silver. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a comment down below. I get them sent straight to my phone. I read every comment that I get, and I'm so glad that there's some really good discussions going on in the comments too. Certain things down there, you know, people have been having not necessarily arguments, but actually bringing up some good points. And I actually might make a video to address the certain things that people have said in terms of, you know, when to sell different things, when not to sell different things, different armor types, stuff like that. But until then, this has been the gear video. Next guide I'm going to make is probably going to be a guide on where you can really start grinding for silver. Realistically, guys, getting this gear doesn't take that long. The Black Spirit quest took me about 2, maybe 3 days, and that was on foot and doing it kind of lazily. And the Black Abyssal weapon took me maybe 2-3 hours, if that. So, I mean, within a week, you can easily get this gear. And once you're at this point, I'm going to show you guys where you can go, where you can start grinding for silver, and how you can really start supplementing your income. The only other thing I want to talk to you about, guys, is I actually have another new series coming up very soon. we're going to be making some videos on a new game coming out called Deep Rock Galactic. It's a 4-player co-op sci-fi FPS featuring dwarves and mining and explosions and a whole bunch of cool stuff. I'm really excited for it. I've been kind of following the development for a while, so keep your eye out for that. Outside of that, guys, my next couple videos for Rags to Riches are going to be more of this video, you know, some sort of gear update videos, little tutorials, stuff like that. And then I'm also going to start a series of real tutorials like class selection tutorials, fishing tutorials, all sorts of stuff like that. So keep your eye out for that as well. Thank you so much for the support, guys. Within 2 weeks, I've gotten almost 2,600 subscribers and 40,000 video views, guys. I was sitting at 200 views and 110 subscribers when I put out that first video. And within like a week and a half, guys, I have advanced that much. I'm so appreciative of everything you guys have done for me. I'm so glad that you're enjoying the videos. Stay tuned, there's a whole lot more coming up, and I will catch you guys in the next video.